Hello and welcome back, insiders. Today I got 3 tickers I want to share with you before 3-day weekend starts for Martin Luther King Day, which thankfully, because of the Discord, I was reminded it's a 3-day weekend because of Martin Luther King Day on Monday. And I was like, that actually makes a lot of sense because the market's a little bit slow. Also, what do you think? Are you also forgetful about holidays? Is it a self-employed thing? Because we don't ever really think about holidays. Now, as a full-time trader, I do occasionally look for holidays when I'm planning my trips, but I feel like these holidays always sneak up on me, besides like Christmas and like 4th of July because it's in the name maybe. I don't know. Just let me know in the comments below. So these are the tickers we were looking at right here: AERT, AUVI, and NVVE. At first, I saw AERT pop up and I was like, hey, this ticker is a little bit similar to ROMA because it's a Singapore. This one's a Hong Kong company, but the American side of me just wants to say same thing. So it's very, very similar, right? In the same niche, same geographical area, and both of them didn't have any news. So typical. Is it just me or do all Asian companies just never have news? Anyway, it got me thinking that it was more of a macro trend I wasn't aware of, so that maybe that's why they're going together. Anyway, AERT, I was really thinking, okay, this is probably a little bit of a sympathy play as it popped up after hours, but didn't do much. There was a nice little move here. We see that break over VWAP and a continuation. This actually could have been really good, but yeah, volume wasn't there. And also, it's not 7 o'clock yet a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so I couldn't trade this unless I switched to maybe Webull, which does allow full extended hours trading. So that basically rendered AERT out of the game. ROMA from yesterday also didn't really do much. You can see it up here on the 15-minute chart. Nothing really too interesting. There was a pop at the open, but it wasn't for me. So nothing really too interesting at the moment. Then a few minutes later, AUVI popped up and I was like, okay, here we go. This is getting a little bit more interesting. It just wasn't gapping up that much. It did have a little bit of a catalyst, but it sounded kind of ridiculous. But again, don't get fixated on the catalyst because you're going to put your biases in and the ticker's going to go up multiple 100%, and you're gonna be like, oh, but the what's it called? But the catalyst doesn't even sound that good. That I'm impersonating myself because I've been there countless times. So just don't put too much emphasis on the catalyst. It's nice to see one, but as with the Asian tickers, oftentimes there isn't even one. And then that nice low float on AUVI at 1.2 million made me pretty excited. So actually, let's pull this one up again. AUVI. Here it is. Those are the moves I traded on it right pre-market. So we're going to zoom in on that one in a second, and then we'll quickly just look at NVVE at the end. So on our way to the ThinkorSwim platform, here it is. I'm up 174, and look at this, guys, really fast. I actually only traded 4 times today. I basically made all my money in one trade, and then I made another like 140 bucks, and I made 40 more bucks, and then I kind of gave back a little bit. And that was pre-market, and I was thinking, am I going to trade more today? I hope so, but I watched the open and I just wasn't convinced. So let's go to AUVI and look at this chop. Now this is classic, 3-day weekend. Classic. So typically if there's a 3-day weekend, I'll take the day before off. So if Friday is a holiday, I'll take Thursday off. In this case, if Monday is the holiday, and I will take Friday off, which is today. And that's kind of what I did. I only did 4 trades, and then I basically did stretches and watched some YouTube. So my pre-market was like very chill. And is it just me, or is there some sort of market curse where this is my first week back from like 4 weeks of nonstop traveling where I can finally trade? And this was like the slowest week of the year. No, I'm just kidding. It was like the slowest week in the last couple of months is what it feels like. And I'm like, oh man, come on. And I'm here. Even my girlfriend's gone this week. Like, this would have been the best week to have some action. So that is frustrating. It is what it is, but like, I swear it's a market curse where when you have time to trade, nothing happens. And when you don't have time, it's like the best take. Like when I was sick in December for a few days, that week, I swear was one of the better weeks we had all year. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Anyway, AUVI popped up fairly quick. And this ticker, like, you didn't really have time to jump on this action right here. And not to mention, it wasn't really up over 40%, so it wasn't really that interesting. I went for this initial pullback, which was, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of sketchy, because you know, the volume here at this point is really light, and we're kind of seeing, okay, well, this ticker's been kind of moving up here, and we're kind of in this $3 range. Is this gonna hold at all? Because it never held before, and you know, lo and behold, it didn't really hold that well. But I went for this pullback to the $3 range. That was my initial move and go, and I got it. I didn't have the best entry. I kind of entered a little bit sooner because it got stuck here, and I was like, okay, here we go, and then it actually ended up pulling back. Quick trade, second attempt for the same trade, and boom, that was really where I made money. And then here I gave back looking for that continuation, and I was like, man, what a dud, what an absolute dud. And then I tried here for another trade, didn't get my fill, then I chased, and then it pulled back, and then I stopped out. So there it is. Now at the market open, this is actually not a bad morning panic, down 6-7%. That's usually what I'm looking for. And then it rips up 18%. You know, coulda, woulda, maybe trade this. I don't really like trading below VWAP, and I really just, everything about this does not scream something I would want to trade. It's super choppy. So I don't know, maybe I would have made money, but this, like, don't stress. Okay, maybe if you're totally new and you should be small sizing and going for everything, but at my level of trading, I want to be focused on being patient, and then when something really good shows up, I want to get really aggressive with big size, and I don't want to be trading 1,000 things in between. So for me personally, that's why I didn't trade this. That's a total no-go, and I hope that makes a lot of sense. Now let's just look at, where is it? I just clicked on so many wrong buttons. NVVE. Let's look at NVVE here. Now look at this. Alex is actually looking at this one as well. So this one, no news again. Pop today, consumer cyclical. A lot of interesting industries here. Usually we'll get healthcare back to back to back, but now we got a few other things. Float wasn't really that good. The market cap was nice and low though, and it was just underpriced. So I wasn't super NVVE. I wasn't super interested in this one. And I'm not even gonna lie, I was not even looking at the market when this popped up. I coulda, shoulda, woulda maybe been looking at the market, but I don't know how I would have traded this one. Popped up pretty quickly. I don't think I would have traded it till probably somewhere here. And since the extended moves as a pullback, I'm not sure how I would have traded this one, but a pretty nice 5-minute setup overall. And the volume was not bad. It wasn't really great for the fact how cheap this ticker was, but we've been having a lot of cheap plays in terms of sub dollars tickers, so you got to be open for it, and sometimes they actually work pretty well. Just make sure to definitely not top tick those tickers. You want to look for those wicks back down, because that's always what happens. The spread's usually pretty big. And by the way, in case you were wondering, like I was, Hong Kong and Singapore is about a 4-hour flight, which you can score right now for $207. So this is what I mean by same geographical region, same industry, and no news. So I was thinking there must be something else going on with these two tickers. Don't forget, you can always get a quick recap of what I'm thinking on Twitter, Mr. Alex Winkler, so follow me over there. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a great 3-day weekend. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new, say hi in the comments. Until next time.